Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith. Today, I am talking about a book with perhaps the longest title that I've ever had on my show, and I'm going to have to use a bad word. I mean, I don't have to, but I think it would be disingenuous if I didn't, because it's in the title. And this book is, well, if you've looked at the video, you've seen the title, but this is Every Time We Meet at the Dairy Queen, Your Whole Fucking Face Explodes by Carlton Mellick III from Eraserhead Press with a wonderful cover by, it's here, Ed Moroniak. Not sure how you say the name. Carlton Mellick always has the most wonderful covers on his books. I absolutely love them. But this is Every Time We Meet at the Dairy Queen, Your Whole Fucking Face Explodes. And this is a story being told by Ethan, a 13-year-old who falls in love with the weird girl at his school. Her name is Jill. They're both very shy. They sit next to each other on the bus, but they don't talk. They start communicating through notes, which is how they become boyfriend and girlfriend. But, as the title says, whenever they go out on a date, her face explodes. Literally, her face explodes. Ethan is covered in blood. After the first time it happens, she comes back to school with this patchwork face. Now, she doesn't literally. This part's metaphorical. This part's literal. And so it's the story of how the beginning of their relationship, getting to the exploding face part, and how it's going to continue from there. And I gave it 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. I really liked it. It's cute and it's weird. And Carlton Mellick III is possibly the preeminent author of bizarro fiction. And I've said this sort of thing before when I've reviewed or talked about bizarro books, but bizarro fiction, for those of you who aren't aware, isn't about experimental writing forms. I mean, it can be, but generally, my experience, it's not. It's the bizarro comes from the ideas being conveyed, such as a 13-year-old girl whose fucking face explodes whenever they meet at the Dairy Queen. Basically, it explodes because when she gets hyped up emotionally, she's in love. And she just gets so excited, so much love, that her face explodes. But anyway, Carlton Mellick, at least in this book, and the others that I have read by him, is a very, very straightforward writer. It's very easy to read prose. It's not the prose that's experimental. So don't let the label bizarro scare you away. Now, the very weird ideas might scare you away, but they shouldn't, because I find this book to be really interesting. The little love story is very cute. You know, they're 13 years old. It's first love, and maybe her face exploding isn't the worst thing in the world. But the story does get weirder and weirder. There's one thing that has no explanation that's very, very bizarre and kind of gross. And the story does cover a number of years. And yeah, things just get weirder and weirder, but I find it incredibly entertaining. I read this book very quickly, didn't want to put it down. I've already ordered. I don't know why I don't already have all of Carlton Mellick's stuff, because everything I've read by him I've really enjoyed. And I believe, I haven't done this in a while, regular viewers will know, I've mentioned before, that occasionally I'll make a list of an author's works, or a list of books in a series, such as the Rewind or Die series was one. I had a list of every book. Walter Mosley's Easy Rollins series. I had a list of every book in order, and whenever I would place an Amazon order, I would add one of those books to the order. So I'd go to the list. Oh, Rewind or Die number 6 is the last one I ordered, so I'm going to order number 7 this time. I think I might do that with Carlton Mellick III. Just make a list of every book of his that I don't have yet, and every time I order from Amazon, just add the next one to my order until I can build my complete Carlton Mellick III, covering his name there, Carlton Mellick III library. And you're saying, wait, there's no the third on that cover. Well, take a look at that. There it is, Carlton Mellick III. I don't know why it's not on there. But anyway, I really don't know what else to say. There's so much going on here, so many weird ideas that I don't want to spoil for you. But it is a very enjoyable story. The characters are interesting. Ethan is the one telling us the story. It's in first person. And it's a fun, weird story, but you have to be able to really suspend disbelief. You have to accept right off the bat that this is a 13-year-old girl whose fucking face explodes, and she can come back to school the next day with her patchwork face and continue her life. And the next time they go to the Dairy Queen, her face is going to explode again, and she'll come back patchworked up again. And then, again, it does get even more bizarre. So you have to be the kind of reader that can accept that sort of thing. I don't question it. I go in. I know what I'm getting into when it's Carlton Mellick, when it's a title like this, and I just accept it for what it is. In this world, in the world of the story, this is what happens. So yeah, I recommend it. 4 out of 5 stars. Every time we meet at the Dairy Queen, your whole fucking face explodes. Carlton Mellick III, Eraserhead Press. Give it a try. So there you go. That's that. I don't know what else to say. It gets bizarre, but I don't want to give it all away. You need to read it for yourself. Question for this video: do you have any thoughts on Bizarro? It's as simple as that. Have you tried any Bizarro? Has that label scared you away? Are you just not into the idea of these really weird, whacked out stories? I'm a fan. Basically, if it's a well-written story, I'm going to dig it. Generally speaking. Like, I'm not into romance. And, you know, that's the biggest one I can think of off the top of my head that I'm just not interested in reading. But I like weird stuff. And because I'm a weird person. And as I said, I really dig Carlton Mellick III, Jeff Burke, Cameron Mitchell? No, that's an actor. There's someone else. There are other Bizarro authors. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But and some I like, some I don't like, depending on, you know, the writing style and things. But yeah, I'm in for bizarre stuff, as long as it's well told, as long as it doesn't break its own rules, you know. But what about you? Is this something that interests you? Is this something you've tried? Are you afraid of it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any comments, questions, corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on the Low Budget Review Show. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me in other social media, my Twitter is @Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH5757. That's all I have for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.